Guerrero's right about the shoe. The shoe was not the same in the picture shown in court as the shoe pulled from the evidence bag by Trooper Bukake.
And you mentioned you're at the hospital. There was a sneaker. One.
Yes.
Bukake! Bukake!
Woo! Good late afternoon, people. Thank you for being here. It's good to see you guys. I appreciate you guys being here. I know it's been a long day, even though it wasn't a long day, but it was a long day. Yeah. I gotta be honest with you. I watched only a little bit of this, bits and pieces. I was at the gym. I can't work out and listen to like podcasts or audiobooks. Like it has to be music. So I caught what I could on the way to the gym and on the way back. But we are going to go over a couple of testimonies today, not all of them, not the whole day. And we only have 2 hours because I will be joining Maz's stream at 7 p.m. like I have been the last 2 nights. I'm really excited to hang out with Mazza and whoever else he has on panel this evening, as I have been. It's been really fun so far, and I can't imagine why it wouldn't be. But yeah, it's great. And now I've got something kicking around in here. So I'm thinking of doing something. But I have started the planning on it a little bit. Tomorrow I will probably make an official announcement on it. But yeah, No. Nothing like that. Nothing like that. Good stuff, man. Listen, man, we focus on good stuff here, bro. You know that. Oh, this was all posted. Hold on a second, man. Y'all need to chill out. Hold on a second. Okay, so Scott Messerschmidt posted it earlier. Thank you, Scott Messerschmidt, by the way. And yeah, I'm gonna pin that. So yes, if you want to show Kelsey support, click on the top of the link, or click on the link at the top of the chat. Excuse me. Sorry. I don't know how much good I'm going to be in Maz's chat, if I'm being honest, or in Maz's stream. I'm going to do the best I can. I'm pretty tired, but I'm totally going to. I'm excited to do it. I'm trying to get my shit together here. So yeah, so today was day 3 of the Kelsey Fitzsimmons trial. A couple of people testified. We're going to go over some of this testimony. And before we get into day 3, of course, we have to summarize day 2, and I'm going to leave that to none other than Fervent, our favorite recap artist as of late. Stop what you're doing right now. Go give Fervent's video a like. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to Fervent. We're going to catch a recap here of the Kelsey Fitzsimmons trial of day 2 real quick before we get into day 3. So the good thing is I'll be reacting to a lot of what we're watching. And the other good thing about that is I won't go into Maz's stream not knowing a fucking thing about what anybody's talking about. So that's a good thing too. But also, I also have to clear something up here, because you guys know when I make mistakes, I eat it. You know what I mean? I do that. And so when I said there was no record yesterday, and I thought it was a Tim Bradel strategy, and a way to just get our juices going, he threw the words whack job in there as a curveball to Noonan while cross-examining him. Not true. Of course, after today's testimony, we learned that there was this neighbor, and also I had missed it. This is where I made a mistake. I had missed it. I just missed Bradel saying that there was a neighbor who said that that he used the words whack job to describe Kelsey. So I had missed that. I thought it was a tactic that Bradel used. I was wrong. I apologize. I just don't like to be, that's the kind of thing that just hangs over me, and it probably shouldn't. It's not that big a deal. But I get weird about it. So yeah, I just wanted to clear that up. But yeah, it's even crazier that she would say that. But I got a lot of interesting, maybe unpopular thoughts about this, but let's get into Fervent's recap of yesterday before we get into today.
Day 2 of the Kelsey Fitzsimmons trial. Back on the stand is LTL Sr. Attorney Bradel says, "Hey, I kind of like those glasses. Are those one of those AI ones where you can record everyone?" We are then reminded of Massachusetts law enforcement's favorite derogatory term to call women.
Do you know Maureen Teresi, your neighbor?
Maureen Teresi.
You gave her your opinion of Kelsey, didn't you?
I don't remember.
And this is what I missed.
You called her a whack job, didn't you?
She was a whack job.
Noonan says he fired in rapid succession at Kelsey, so it kind of sounded like this.
Bang, bang. Right?
However, Bradel says Noonan told the police that he pulled the trigger once, gave commands to Kelsey, and then fired again. We then get into the tactical Kama Sutra, featuring positions such as the Weaver, the FBI Crawl,
Ooh.
the One-Hander.
Oh.
We talk about how he was standing like 3 feet from Kelsey, yet couldn't hit her despite being a former member of the SWAT team. He then makes the wild accusation that he believed he was standing in the way of Kelsey going downstairs and killing Justin. Speaking of Justin, one more time for old time's sake.
Fervent's my man, bro.
Bradel wraps up his cross by getting into the evolving statements of Officer Noonan. Originally, Noonan said that Kelsey was grabbing her chest, saying it hurts, and he was comforting her, saying, you have a kid to live for now. But in this other investigation, he added the fact that she apparently grabbed his hand, looked up at him, and almost looked through him with a death stare. Next up is Core. This guy took possession of the firearm after the incident. He's on the stand for a total of about 10 minutes.
Plevin with hair.
Bradel notes that he didn't write a police report, and he wasn't interviewed until a month after the incident, which we know from prior cases is standard Massachusetts protocol. Up next is Bonocero. This guy is bald, so we know he works for the Massachusetts State Police. If we've learned anything from the past...
I have to tell you guys that, like, watching this trial in Ricada Law's chat is just fucking great. It's just so much fun. I'm not gonna lie. It's just so much fun. Like, it's so fucking funny. And like, we were just having a really good time, like, just at the appearance of some of these witnesses. And yeah, I mean, look at this guy. Like, it's amazing that he found time to testify when he's not lurking through the crowd in Passion of the Christ with a midget in his arms like a baby. It's amazing.
Last few years, it's that the MSP is really bad at keeping a chain of custody. There were several areas where the witness didn't know how a certain piece of evidence got to him or where it went after him. Par for the course. Officer Houston rolls out of bed and onto the witness stand. He says Noonan told him that Kelsey...
It's like he's trying to let him know that he's not armed. Did you see that?
Watch him or where it went after him. Par for the course. Officer Houston rolls out of bed.
Hey, whatever, bro.
He says Noonan told him that Kelsey pointed a gun at him at the scene. Bradel objects. During cross, Officer Houston said that Kelsey was saying, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. It seems everyone in Massachusetts has to say things 3 times in a row.
I hit him, I hit him, I hit him.
It was abundantly clear he did not want to be there. We end the day with Michelle Mitchell. Apparently was a friend of Kelsey's. You couldn't tell because she was asked 5 questions by Bradel, and she answered 4.
Like, that is RBFS in full fucking effect.
Them with an attitude.
Okay, she said that she needed Justin.
Meeting or needing? You need to clarify that for me.
Wow.
I think I said needed. She said she needed Justin.
Needed Justin, that is correct.
Okay, so just let's put that over here. That she was.
She is You know how like some people were just fucking born to be like on stage. You know what I'm saying? Some dudes are just born to be fucking mechanics. Like they're fucking building shit, taking shits apart, putting them together when they're little kids. You know what I'm saying? Some dudes are born to be fucking guitar players. They just been shredding and then they make it look easy, like Eddie Van Halen, you know, and just fucking love their shit, you know, and they're just living this easy life. Like, I'm just doing what I do. You know what I'm saying? Because I was born to do this shit, right? This woman right here, she was clearly born to, well, hold on. I have to think of just one specific thing here when it comes to her. Like this woman, she seems like she was put on this earth to cock block. That's what I think she was put on this earth to do. I feel like she was put on this earth to stop her attractive friends from getting laid because she wants them to be as miserable as she is. I think that this is what she was born to do. If she hasn't done it yet, she needs to try. She needs to like, and then consider charging money for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't want dudes hitting on you, just take me out with you. All you got to do is cover my expenses, like my drinks and shit. Because if I got a buzz on, I'm even bitchier. You see this face right here? Like, it squinches after 3 fireball shots. Okay? It just fucking scrunches. Like, it just, you know what I mean? Like it just, like, like she's already like, but it's gonna be like, you know, like way more like intense, dude. And this happens at the bar, and with the right lighting hitting her, okay, it's gonna make her look even meaner, almost like a mythological creature. Okay, a mythological creature whose sole power is like, if it was like a Dungeons and Dragons game. Oh, what does this one do? Oh, well, it blocks people from getting laid with an attitude, by having an attitude, by being a miserable fuck and just putting out a miserable fuck aura that seems to be completely and totally designed, focused on the energy of two people being attracted to each other and fucking that up. That's got to be her. That's it. Like, that's what she was put here to do. If she hasn't invoked this superpower yet, she should. She should. And I bet you anything, it comes natural to her. Like, fucking, she'll look like Bruce Lee in a movie fighting 10 dudes. I'm telling you, that's what'll happen.
Meeting Justin, right?
Yes, thank you for clarifying.
So, was there swimming?
No, Mr. Brader.
Was there?
Wow.
Also no.
The defense will be chaperoning the judge on a field trip to the scene tomorrow morning. It seems the Commonwealth may be ready.
But here's the thing. I'm a big fan of irony. And I also bet anything that woman is fire in bed. And I mean fucking fire. Now, nobody's gonna fuck her unless they're like depraved and like they hate themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's picking up the guy in the bar that's drunk as shit and he hates himself, but he lands a fucking 10 in the sack. Like, has no idea that it's gonna be that good. And when she fucking gets naked, she is fucking, she's like a surgeon with your penis, but no incisions whatsoever. Like, bad analogy, but I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's precise. She's precise. She knows where every tingle is. She knows where every single, like, she just knows her way around a penis, guaranteed, without any doubt in my mind whatsoever. That woman is fire in bed, just guaranteed. But the problem is that she never gets any because people are scared of her. You know, people are fucking scared of her. People are scared of her face. They're scared of her RBFS, dude. Like, they're scared of it. But she will fuck, yeah. I'm trying to tell you, dude.
And we'll get to the defense case tomorrow. You know our motto here, but like, but comment, but subscribe. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Fantastic. Another banger by Fervent, y'all. All right, let's see what we got here. So, yeah, I was going to go over, what was I going to go over here? There's a day 3 recap, but we'll go over that later if I can remember. But big shout out to Court Chopped for posting this here. Excuse me. Stop what you're doing right now and go give Court Chopped a like, because this is the neighbor's testimony, and we're going to speed it up because we only got 2 hours for today.
We're going to call him Marine Teresi. Yes. Marine Teresi. You raise your right hand. You solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give in this cause now and hearing shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, self be God. Thank you.
Good morning. You can have a seat and pull yourself right up to that mic.
May I inquire?
Yes.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Please state your name and spell your last name.
Maureen Teresi, Torris,
And where do you live?
in North Andover.
Do you live in a condo complex there?
I do.
So y'all don't
What do you do for a
know.
living?
Hold
I
on.
am.
I'm not done with RBFS face. I'm not done with her yet. Listen, you got to understand, the reason why I say this is because the reason why that woman is so mean to Mr. Bradle, the way that she was, is because she hates herself. Okay. And that's why she's fire in bed. She is completely depraved. She's got no self-respect when her inhibitions become, you know, like there's no lack of depravity at that point when you're dealing with a woman like that who hates herself so much as to be shitty towards everybody. Just for the record. That's why you have to be kind of a shitbag yourself to be like, you know, or young. You know what I mean? Nothing wrong if you're like in your 20s, 30s. You know what I mean? You're messing around with girls like that. Nothing wrong with that. Not saying that I haven't. I'm just saying there's nothing wrong with it. I'm saying there's nothing wrong with it when you're like 20 or 30. I'm saying not that I haven't done anything wrong. It's what I'm saying. Not that I haven't lowered myself. I'm not saying I haven't done that. I'm saying that you're in a pretty low place yourself when you're messing with girls like that, unless you're like in your 20s or 30s. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Bridget Pike, thank you so much. Michelle is a jealous, disgusting person. Yeah, she's nasty, bro. She's just nasty. The nastiness reeks on her, bro. It's wild. And then this lady is a gem. Okay, I got thoughts on this one.
Oh, Mom, I guess I'm retired.
What are you retired from?
The construction industry and home staging design.
How long have you been retired?
I closed my business, I think 3 or 4 years, 3 years ago, a large staging business.
How long have you lived in your condo complex in North Andover?
Since 2014.
Do you have a dog?
A dog?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I have 2
And do you walk the dog around the complex from time to time?
every day.
Do you, in the course of walking
Now, this is the defense's witness, okay?
your dog, have you ever made the acquaintance of one of your neighbors named Mr. Noonan?
I have.
And do you know who that is generally?
I do.
And how do you know him?
Walking the dogs. I knew him as Duke's father,
And
which is Duke is Don's name. I've spoken, just in passing, dogs interact and, just general talking about the dogs and whatever. So I've spoken to him a few times and his wife, about the dogs and just general.
Oh man, yeah, you guys,
Okay. And back in
you guys are gonna get mad at me.
August of 2025, you had engaged him in some conversation about what was going on at the North Andover PD, right?
I did.
Is that what you said to him by way of initiating the conversation?
I did, yes. The beginning of it was just that, I had a razzing relationship with him, just regarding things going on in the world. And so what I started with is, how do you like what's going on, in the world today? Oh, whatever. Nah. He's like, I love it. And then I had asked, what's going on with North Andover, the town of North Andover? And
What were you referring to when you said that to him?
what was going on at the department as far as, the shooting, the cop being shot. And he first said, what do you mean? And I said, well, that press conference, the first press conference that was given made no sense. And at that time he said, shooter.
What he said, I'm the shooter.
He said, I'm a
Y'all
shooter.
are gonna get mad as
that?
fuck.
I-
Y'all are gonna get mad as fuck at me, dude.
I said to him,
Oh my
that he
god.
was the one that shot the other officer.
I'm already thinking about it.
Well, first I
It's
said,
really
oh my
funny.
God, I'm so sorry. I know when police officers have to discharge their weapons, it affects them. And I can't imagine having to do that with a colleague.
I'm sorry, I didn't quite get the end of it.
I said, I couldn't imagine having to do that to a colleague.
And what did he say?
And he had said to me that, sorry, I'm a little nervous. He had said that there was no choice to it. He had no choice, that she had the gun pointed at him when he came into the bedroom. And
Did he use any
he said
certain
that,
pejorative about her?
I'm sorry,
Did he use any certain pejorative about her? What did he call it?
what did he call her?
Mhm.
Well, he didn't call her that at that time. He explained very, very briefly what had happened. And he said that when he came into the room, she had the gun pointed at him and that it clipped. She clipped it. And I said, so there was no bullet there? And he said it clipped and that he wasn't going to let her get a second shot off and that he had to shoot her. And I'm like, well, that doesn't make any sense. And I had asked why they went to her house. The three of them went to the house instead of having her go to the station. And why would they, if they were going to the house to take a baby, why wouldn't they have had some social services there with them? And he said, well, she's a fucking whack job. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You don't have to say what was said.
Okay. And he said that she's an whack job.
So was that in response to you saying, why didn't you have social services go to the house?
Yeah. And I was like, wow, that word is used.
Objection. Yeah, sustain next question.
Sorry.
That's okay.
So not what was said so much,
Okay.
but did you engage back with him about the, let's say, the propriety of that usage?
I did.
After that, did you end the conversation with him?
There was a little more conversation and then it ended. Yes.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
See, I want to know what was said because the problem is the cross-examination here.
How did you get involved in this game?
How did I get involved in it?
Yeah.
I didn't.
Well, no, how did they know you heard this?
Objection relevance.
After the conversation that we had, I was shocked by it. I didn't even know Pat's first name or
But
his
how
last.
did you contact someone?
I did. And a little bit after we had the conversation, probably a week afterwards, I did contact somebody.
Who?
Mike Crawford. That
Mike Crawford. Okay, so now hear me out because I know I sound petty. I understand this. I understand what the appearance, how the appearance, I get it. Okay, but hear me out. This woman, although it's of no consequence, I want to be very clear about that as well. It is of no consequence. Noonan's testimony, his fucking cross-examination was a shit show. And so this witness's testimony to me is really of no consequence to the case, really. Like they just threw her up there, whatever. And her credibility to me personally, now, maybe not to the judge, okay? But to me personally, this lady's credibility is fucked. Like, I don't fucking believe anything she's saying. I just don't. I don't believe any of it. Like, I believe it to a certain extent. I believe there's truth to it. But the whole whack job thing, is kind of weird. Now, it's not so much that I totally don't believe that Noonan called her a whack job. It's that I have doubts that Noonan called her a whack job, is all I'm saying. Because this person is clearly someone involved in the free Karen Reed community. The person who she runs to is Mike Cryford. Like, that's the dude that she runs to with the information, right? Very telling that she didn't run to Turtle Boy with the information, which tells me that she would be probably suffering from a mild case, if that, of TVDS. Possibly. I'm only speculating here. Maybe she totally supports Turtle Boy. Maybe she didn't go to Turtle Boy because Turtle Boy has voiced before that because they have the same attorney that he didn't want to talk about it, and maybe she just assumed, okay. But to go to Cryford of all people, not like Jess Machado, you know, not fucking Nurse Kim, you know, not Mazza. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, she goes to Cryford, and so there's like, it's weird. So already this lady's leaving a bad taste in my mouth because she's one of the like 12 people who are like yay, Cryford. It's weird.
I knew was in contact with the defense, and because I think there was a hearing, I'm not sure, but I know that Mike was in contact with them, and I contacted Mike.
And so when was this? When was this conversation?
With Mike?
No, with this conversation with Pat.
It was August 20th.
August 20th.
Yeah.
You were interested in this case from the beginning.
So this is what I'm saying, is she is someone who is following this stuff and is very familiar with the entire community, more or less. I would assume so, right? Most likely still looking at Crawford like he's credible in some way because he had the Mighty One on his channel all the time, which tells me that there's something probably not functioning 100% in the noodle. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why I just simply called to question her recollection of events, is all. Her ability to, like, I called to question how credible her memory is. Her perception of things are. You see what I'm saying?
Right?
I'm sorry?
You were interested in this case from the beginning, weren't you?
No, I mean, I was interested in what was going on in my town, yes.
You're on Maureen Sullivan's person, correct?
I am.
And you post and you make comments to newspapers.
This woman's testimony would not be enough to sway me as a judge, as far as this testimony doesn't provide any doubt in the prosecution's case, is my point. I don't think it does.
About this? I could have. Yeah, sure.
Yes, you've shown it to defense.
Yeah, they have a copy. Well, that's you, right? You reposted something on July 10th, correct?
When was this? July 10th. Okay, yeah.
And what did you repost?
Meaning what? What do you mean? What did I repost? It's
Yeah, it's a simple question.
I'm not saying she's lying, okay? I knew you guys were going to get mad at me. I'm not saying she's lying. I'm saying that what I know. Now, the judge probably isn't privy to any of this shit. He's not thinking even closely to where I'm thinking. I'm saying, personally, I find the lady to be not as credible as maybe the judge might right now, because she's clearly super involved. Like, this is what the prosecutor is trying to do. The prosecutor is trying to show this woman wants to be involved. She wants to step in. She wants to say something. She wants to have an opinion on this, and she wants her opinion to be heard. I went right to a guy who's going to blast this shit as soon as he gets the information. You see what I'm saying? So that's all. That's to me, that's not necessarily like, is that a good thing that she did that? Yes, of course. If she got information then it's a good thing that she wanted to blast it to the public because she's a concerned citizen who happens to live in Andover and she's sick and tired of the corruption in Massachusetts. I get that shit, and I think that's awesome. But I'm saying her being so involved in all of this stuff and already having this issue with corruption is going to affect how easily influenced she is to have her to form an opinion. You see what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Let's continue with her testimony, and I'll elaborate a little more because there's stuff here that kind of helps make my point.
I'm sorry, it's an article from, looks like a post from Mike Crawford.
Right.
I reposted that.
You reposted that.
Yeah.
Mike Crawford.
I can't see it. Like, what's the context of
You
Mike's?
did it.
I understand that.
What is that?
Hold on, please. I'm not raising my voice. Anything more than to have a timeout, but hold on a second, ma'am. Just wait for,
Okay.
and Mr. Gubitosi has to do the same. We can't have two people speaking over each other. So Mr. Gubitosi, why don't you ask the question again? All right.
You don't remember what you reposted?
I can't see, no,
Okay,
from
Mr.
July 10th, I can't read. My point being is, I'm sorry, I can't see it. Is my problem.
If I may, for the witness, exhibit it up here, maybe it's bigger.
Are you objecting?
I don't see the relevance to this. I object.
Well,
And there's no foundation.
Okay. I'm not saying that what she's doing is wrong. I'm not saying that I even dislike the lady. I'm saying that I actually do like her. I love that what her instinct was to do to get this information was to give it to somebody and blast it out. People should know. That's exactly what we're all trying to do here, is to perpetuate awareness. She's sick of the corruption in Norfolk County. I get that. But that doesn't play well when it comes to her being a witness for Kelsey. She's already biased. She's showing a bias. This is undeniable. I don't care what you say. I'm telling you, she's showing a bias, and the prosecution is pointing it out.
all right, let's first things first. Let's mark it for ID.
I can't read either from records.
Exhibit E for identification. Okay. All right. Now, I guess my question for Mr. Gubitosi is,
Right.
why would
That's all I'm
put it
saying.
on the screen?
I just want to
It's
see
more legible.
Well, it may be bigger, then I would ask her to go up to the screen to look at it. Maybe it won't.
Is there an objection?
I can't read it, so I don't know what it says. So I don't know what I'm objecting.
All right. So let's take it a step at a time. So you can put it on the screen. She can take.
Thank you,
yes or no,
1977,
whether
Felicia.
it allows her to read
In her
it.
defense-
You can get off the stand and.
Okay, because I want to go over that. In her defense, she said she contacted Cryford prior to him contracting TBDS. I don't know about that. Well, it's July. Yeah, you might be right. You might be right. But even still, regardless of that, even still, the prosecution is trying to show her to already have a bias. And it's not, and he's succeeding at this. He's showing, like, watch what she says here. Bridget Pike, thank you so much. This was on August 20th, 2025, before all the crap went down, because that happened in September. You're right. If I'm thinking correctly. No, you are correct. You are absolutely correct.
The screen, if you'd like. I'm sorry, Mr. Wayne. That was exhibit what? E.
Read the big print.
Up here?
Yeah.
Attorney Tim Brado of North Andover Police use of deadly force against his client. North Andover Police Officer Kelsey Fitzsimmons.
Okay. And so it's a statement. I'll let you get back at them.
Just for the record, I could not hear what she just said. I could see.
That's all. That's
Right, it's just
all
the
I'm
access
trying to
form.
say here.
Sure.
Yeah, I just can't read the text. It says Attorney Tim Brado on North Andover Police use of deadly force against his client. North Andover Police Officer Kelsey Fitzsimmons.
The statement that Attorney Bradle made about the case, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, you said you comment about news articles also, correct?
I have no idea. What
Okay,
do you
again, Your Honor? Yeah. I'm going to show you and just ask if you can look and see if you recognize that. What's that date?
August 14th.
Okay. And you see something that you wrote?
Just yes or no.
Yes, that's my name. And yes, this is, well, it's a comment.
It's a comment that you made to an article, correct?
Excuse me.
Well,
Hold on, Mr. Wayne. Just mark it for ID, please. Mr. Brado, you've seen this?
I have.
Okay. Exhibit F. So mark. Thank you.
So August 14th, you commented, correct?
I did.
Can you read what you said?
Can I read it?
Can you read out loud what you
Oh,
said?
sure. Joseph LaHood, I'm commenting too. Yeah. Got proof or evidence of this narrative? This incident was a setup from the get-go. Their narrative will not pass the smell test. I hope all
Now, you see that? It's a setup from the get-go. She's already got her mind made up about the case. That's the point I'm trying to make. Y'all can get mad at me all you fucking want. I'm telling you right now, the prosecution right now is proving that she already had her mind up and that there's reason for her. She has motive. He's showing that she has motive to not be truthful and totally forthcoming when describing her interaction with Noonan walking their dogs. That's all I'm saying. And he succeeded. Doesn't matter if it's Cryford or it's me or it's fucking JFK or it's Turtle Boy. It really doesn't matter. It's the fact that she reached out and they tracked her social media and they could see her showing already that she had made her mind up about this case back in August.
involved are ready for their tireless scrutiny that independent media will bring to light through extensive research. As Norfolk County, Mass State Police, and Canton Police are doing these days. We have just begun.
So we have just begun. So you feel like you had a stake in this game?
Not at all.
You feel that you're akinning this to the Karen Reed trial, right?
Yes.
That there's a cover up.
Well, not that there's a cover.
Well, those were your words, weren't they?
I don't know if is that what it says in there? I forget what that says in there.
A setup from the get-go.
A setup from the get-go.
And tireless scrutiny that independent media will bring to light through extensive research. And then you mentioned Norfolk, Mass State Police, in the Canton Police.
I did.
Correct?
Yep.
Okay. So a cover.
Well, yeah, it's the judicial system seems to be going awry, and there's more eyes on things now.
Right.
Okay, I'm going to show you something else. I'm sorry. I don't want you to copy this.
But the thing was, she was referring to the case that they're on a trial for specifically, that she's testifying for specifically. And she has stated in writing what she thinks about the case before really enough information had even come out. This was back in August. So that's not a good look. It's not a bad look for the defense. It's just, it doesn't do anything. She was a useless. She turned out to just be pretty much shut down as far as any usefulness that she had for the defense. Noonan said he might have made the statement to her. I mean, right, but he didn't actually say he did. He was just like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? We know Noonan's testimony is everything. Noonan's testimony is everything. If he didn't deny it on the stand, her saying it doesn't make any difference whatsoever. Like if he was asked this on the stand and then he denied it, or he didn't deny it, then okay, well, mission accomplished. Because what are they trying to prove here? That he called Kelsey a whack job, right? I mean, so what I'm saying is this witness was of no consequence whatsoever.
Have that mark on your way up. Thanks.
She was nice for us to see because she stood up and she said things that we all agree with. Sure.
Can you
But
first look at it and see if you recognize it?
Sure.
So look at the first page. Do you recognize what that is?
I do.
Okay. Can you flip to the second page and see if you made a comment?
Yep, I sure did.
Can you read the first page out loud, please?
The post itself?
Yeah.
Today, it's from the North Andover Police Department. Today is National Police Women's Day. Please join us in recognizing Sergeant Katie. What's her last name? You want me to spell
Read
it?
the last name, that's fine. Go ahead.
Okay. Sergeant Julie Nigro and School Resource Officer Stephanie Rizzo. They have over 43 years of combined experience, and it shows, as all three demonstrate strong leadership inside and outside our department walls. We appreciate their immense dedication to helping both residents and visitors in the North Andover community every day. Thank you for your service.
And you commented on that, correct?
I sure did.
What did you say?
Well, let's hope they stay safe from their colleagues. Thank you.
I mean,
Thank you, sir.
you see what I'm saying? That's all I'm trying to say.
Yes, Your Honor, the defendant, sorry, the defendant calls.
Like, that's, if I'm the judge, I'm not paying her any attention at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just not paying her any attention. All right, hold on. All right, so let's go to this Kelsey, the Kelsey testimony today. All right.
Raise your right hand. Do solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give in this cause now and hearing shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God. Thank you.
You may have a seat and put yourself right up to that mic.
No, I know the defense called her. Like, I know she's a witness for the defense. I'm just saying that she didn't do anything. Like, that's all. I'm saying that I don't think that she was effective. Like, there was more than enough reason to take everything that she was saying with a grain of salt. That's all I'm saying.
Thank you, Army Inquiry. Thank you. Good morning, miss.
Good morning.
State your name and spell your last name.
Kelsey Fitzsimmons, Fitzsimmons.
How old are you?
I'm 29.
Do you mind? I'm just pulling that mic a little bit closer just so that we can hear it.
Is that better?
And I didn't hear your last answer.
I'm 29 years old.
29. Thank you. Yeah, that's better.
And what's the town of your residence?
Currently, Newburyport.
Where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Methuen,
Methuen?
Massachusetts.
And did you live there your whole life?
Most of it, yes.
Did you go to high school there?
I did.
And where did you go?
Methuen High School,
When did you graduate?
2015.
And you lived there with your parents and your family?
Yeah, I lived with my mom and my dad. There were 2 different houses.
Tell the judge a little bit about your upbringing and your family and who's who.
So I have my mom, my dad, my mom Lauren, my dad Steven, my older brother, my biological older brother, Steven Jr., and then I have my stepfather, William Page, his 2 kids.
Totally.
My brother and
Fucking
sister,
totally.
Madison and William.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the names.
My younger brother and sister are Madison and William.
Madison and William. Did you say that they were step-siblings?
They are step, yes.
Okay.
Try to keep your voice up.
Okay, sorry.
Use the mic,
Okay.
kind of like I am, like that.
Okay,
All right, thanks, Kelsey. So, you guys are a close family, right?
yes.
And they've been with you through this process.
Now, this is a hell of a thing, because imagine, like she's still healing from this gunshot, and she's been in jail. I mean, this is tough. This is a tough thing for her to be doing right here.
The whole time.
When did you graduate high school?
2015.
Did you go to college?
I did.
And where'd you get your degree from?
I got my degree from Fisher College. I got my Bachelor of Science in Criminal Justice.
What year was that?
2020.
What were some of the awards and distinctions you received at Fisher College?
Thank you, Mandy. Member for 56 months. Damn. Yo, drop by to say hey. 56 months.
I was voted in as the president of the
It's crazy.
Justice Club, and I just worked closely with campus police there and the advisor of the Criminal Justice Club.
Did you work while you were in college?
I did.
Where'd you work?
I worked for the college as a work study, and I also worked as like a host/waitress down the street at a restaurant called Cheers.
Did you do any security work?
Yeah, in 2016, I was hired by Fenway Park Security, and I believe I worked there in 2017. And like throughout all of Fisher College, I worked for campus police as a work study, like a dorm proctor, checking IDs of students.
After graduating Fisher College, you had the
No,
or
this
BS?
is
Yes.
BS in
as loud as it goes.
And what was your kind of goal for your life and your career with that degree?
When I graduated, it was the peak of COVID, so everything got a little confusing on what my next steps were. My plan originally was to try to go straight to a police academy, but when I graduated, there was no police academies running, so I decided to, because I love school, I decided to further my education and go to law school.
Where did you go? And tell us about law school a little bit.
I went to Massachusetts School of Law. I did about 3 semesters, and then some academies started to run again.
And did that
Oh my God.
I think we got a super dad. I think we got a super dad. Super dad. Super dad. Super dad. Dad, 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 dad. I think we got a super dad. I think we got a super dad.
Bridget Pike, thank you. She is a North Andover resident who already seen the crap of Norfolk County Bull. So I think she is showing her concern for a county now that she lives in my opinion. Love the glare. Yeah. What's funny is I'm sharing the same opinion with you. What we're not seeming to agree on is, or the point that I seem to be failing to convey here, is that it doesn't matter to what the defense was trying to do, because the judge doesn't give a shit about that. The judge is looking at this shit like, okay, this lady is already involved. She wants to be involved. She's got an agenda. She already had her mind made up about this case. So I have to take everything that she says with a grain of salt. That's the judge's job. The judge wouldn't be fair or impartial if the judge didn't use that kind of common sense. The fact of the matter is that the prosecution basically proved that she very well could have an agenda here, and that anything that she says in regards to this case should be taken with a grain of salt. That's it. It doesn't matter whether or not we believe that she's genuine or not. It doesn't even matter if the judge really believes it or not. He's looking at it like there's no way that I can actually trust everything that comes from this woman's mouth now when it comes to this case, because she's been very public about being loud about this case forever. Bridget Pike gifted 5 membership people. Yeah, that's it. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, man. I agree with you guys. I think that she is as vocal as she is simply because she cares about what's happening locally in her town. Of course, sure. But that is the problem when it comes to her testimony in this case, because those feelings about the corruption in Norfolk County clearly affected her opinion, because she said this was a setup from the get-go, meaning that she made her mind up about what happened here in this case back in August, before having all of the facts made available to her. That makes her testimony sus. That makes her testimony not necessarily sus, but significantly less credible. It simply does.
So I applied to be a corrections officer, and that was in 2020. And I went through their academy in 2021.
Where's that academy?
Their academy is at the Northern Essex Community College in Haverhill, Massachusetts.
And what was the course of study? Just in general, what did it entail and how long was it?
It was 3 months. It had to do with just the training of being a corrections officer. Our whole job was safety and security of the inmates that were housed in the jail. So it went a lot into safety and security.
So you spent 3 months at the Sheriff's Academy?
Yes.
And you were hired by the Essex County Sheriff?
I was, yes.
When was that roughly?
That was in 2021. I think it was September of 2021.
What was your kind of original first assignment when you got to the Sheriff's Department? How did you start there?
I worked in housing. I was assigned to housing the whole time I worked there.
Did you have any other jobs while you were at the Essex Sheriff?
When you pick up an overtime shift there, they kind of just throw you in where somebody's needed. So I did a lot of different jobs just through all the overtime I worked, which included transportation of inmates to and from court. I would work in programs. They have church and school for the inmates that reside there. And there's outer perimeter security where you drive a cruiser around the perimeter of the jail to ensure no one's coming in or out. I did things like that on my overtimes.
Okay, and in terms of the transport, you were actually the person that kind of comes to here to court, goes into lockup, delivers prisoners, picks up prisoners, brings them back?
Yes.
How long were you at the Essex Sheriff?
About 2 years.
And at that point, you had a career path decision, right? A
Yes.
different decision.
I did.
And what was that decision?
I always knew I wanted to be a police officer.
And was there some opportunities that came up in that respect?
Yes, while I was working for the Sheriff's Department, I had moved to North Andover. I really liked the town I lived in, and I wanted to work in it as a police officer.
So what'd you do?
I applied to the North Andover Police Department.
Did you interview with Lieutenant Daly? Was it?
I did. He was on a panel interview. They call it like an oral board. It included Lieutenant Daly and several other members of the North Andover Police Department.
And I take it that you're not going to get hired there unless they approve you.
Yes.
And that happened, and you were hired?
Yeah, they do an extensive hire check.
Background check and so
Yeah,
forth?
like there's a lot that goes with it.
What you would expect in terms of a police officer getting hired.
Yes.
What's the first step when you get hired as a police officer? What do you do next?
You have to go to the police academy for 6 months.
So you've been through a 3-month Essex Sheriff Police Academy, training academy, and now you're about to start a 6-month North Andover Police Academy training, right?
Yes.
And where did that training take place?
That also took place down the hall at Northern Essex Community College in Haverhill.
And you spent 6 months going to that?
6 months, yes.
Was that is that something where you like stayed there the whole time, or did you come and go? Did you commute? How does that work?
I commuted. I got there in the morning, left sometime in the evening, and we had weekends off, so it was 5 days a week.
Okay. When did you graduate from there?
I graduated in May of 2024.
And did you run for any positions within the academy that they have in your class?
Yes, while I was in the police academy, I ran for treasurer, and I became the treasurer of my class.
And what does that entail?
That entails everything financial through our academy. I would collect, we had like academy dues, I would collect them, and we would purchase things that we wanted, such as like sweatshirts and sweatpants to wear for our PT days, as well as an academy sweatshirt. I also planned our graduation party.
Listen, folks, I apologize for how low the sound is, but no, I'm not going to turn my mic down. First of all, my mic is already turned down pretty fucking low. It's not my fault that my sound is better than court TVs. Second, I used to play in a band, and my biggest pet peeve was when someone would tell me to turn my fucking amp down. I had my shit dialed in just the way I fucking like to have it dialed in. And like, if my guitarist told me to turn my amp down, I'd be like, dude, fucking turn your shit up. We're a fucking rock band. Like, what are you talking about? We're supposed to, I want people's beer vibrating in their fucking hand. That's what I want. Like, this is so I'm not going to turn down. I'm not going to adjust my volume. This is as loud as it goes. I will try to be mindful, but I am not going to fuck with my sound.
So I had to book it, collect the funds for it, and plan it, essentially.
And is it a situation where there's different classes going on at once, like class of 2020, class of 2021, like that?
Yeah.
And you were the class of 20?
Well, my class was called Rock 5, so I don't know how the numbers go, but the one before me was 4, and the one after me was 6. I was Rock 5, ROC 5.
All right. And when did ROC 5 graduate?
May of 2024.
And you graduated with the class?
I did.
And what was your first assignment with the North Andover PD?
You first go to patrol on FTO, and FTO is meaning you're with a field training officer, so you ride with somebody in the same cruiser for a period.
Thank you, Bridget Pike.
Who were your field training officers?
So I had several, because you do different shifts. I had field training on day shift. My field training officer was Officer Tierney. I had field training on the 4 to midnight shift, and my field training officers were Officer Furman, now Detective Furman, and Officer Sousa.
The entire time you were there, were there any other FTOs that you had, just to kind of list them all off?
I think there's multiple officers there that are FTO trained, but those were the ones that were assigned to me to train me.
So you were, I'm sorry. Thank you. So, Ms. Fitzsimmons, in your employ at the North Andover PD, you assumed the job of a regular patrol officer at some point, I take it?
Yes, I was a patrol officer.
And you after you finish with field training officers, do they have some sort of a say in how you function in the field and report back to the administration or the supervisors about how you're functioning?
Yeah, so the supervisor on your shift, your field training officer gives them, like, I think it's a weekly report of how I did on calls and what calls we went on together and how I performed, stuff like that. And eventually, I think, I don't know exactly how many weeks I was on field training, but
No, like I get it. Like I can abruptly say things when I pause these things, and like I might be excited. So earbuds, I get it. People are wearing earbuds, they're trying to hear, and then I am much louder and clearer and they're not ready for it. I get that. But it just is the nature of the beast. I'm sorry, it sucks. It is what it is.
after it's complete, the sergeant will take you in his cruiser, and you drive his cruiser and respond to calls or make traffic stops. And then he decides if you are signed off on, and I was signed off, and that day I got my own cruiser.
And when was that, if you remember, just roughly?
I think it was in end of June or early July of 2024.
And just a few things I want to just tick off on the list of things a police officer does. Did you serve restraining orders?
I have before.
Have you testified in court?
I have.
And you've made arrests?
I have.
Now, at the time, moving over to your personal life, at some point you met someone named Justin Elaine, right?
Yes.
And what was your experience with Justin Elaine in a nutshell?
My experience in a nutshell, we met through Facebook. We went on a few dates. We ended up hitting it off. Was in the academy we were dating. He is a North Andover firefighter. At my police graduation, he pinned me, and then I would see him on calls sometimes, and we eventually moved in with each other. We got engaged. We had a baby.
And what was the baby's name? What's the baby's name?
My son's name is Caden.
How old is he today?
He's 13 months.
And Justin Elaine is the father?
He is.
What happened on June 30th of 2025?
On June 30th of 2025, I woke up in the morning.
Let me be more specific.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Did he take any actions relative to you in terms of your relationship that day?
Yes.
And what did he do?
He obtained a restraining order against me.
Is it fair to say that he broke up with you via a restraining order?
Yes. I did not speak to him. I realized our relationship was over when a restraining order was handed to me.
So let's rewind.
Wow.
That day, okay? So that morning, were you home?
I was.
Who was home?
So my sister slept over the night previous, so June 29th to June 30th. So she was over in the morning.
Maddie.
That's Madison, yes. I was with my son. I had work at 1 p.m. I had to go to CPR training at 1 p.m.
Now, have you been out of work for a while?
I was, yes.
And when did you first go out of work?
I worked up until I gave birth. Caden came 5 weeks early, so I wasn't expecting it, so I went out basically the day I gave birth. And
his birthday is what?
February 16th, 2025.
Now, when you were seeking to go back to work, did you get cleared to go back to work in June of 2025?
Yes.
Did that entail going through certain trainings and getting reviewed and stuff?
It did.
What was the event on the 30th that you had to do to finish that off?
I had CPR training at 1 p.m. on the 30th, scheduled.
Was that your last thing you had to kind of go through?
That was it, yep.
Were you seeking to see Justin Elaine that day?
Yes, we had spoken through text and on the phone in the morning. I was asking if he would come home because he hadn't been home in days to be with Caden while I went to work, and his response basically was, I can pick him up and watch him. And I said, you're not a babysitter. So there was a bit of argument about that.
Text argument.
Yeah, I was like, you're his dad, you're not a babysitter, you can come home. I don't understand picking him up and watching him. That was very odd for me to hear as his father.
Moms don't like when dads say they're going to babysit their own kid, right?
Yes, like you're your dad.
And at some point,
Yeah, that's sus. That's sus for the dad to use that terminology when it came to spending time with his son.
just to kind of cut to the chase on that, you made a plan to meet up in North Andover?
Yeah, there was a lot of texting back and forth. He originally said yes, and then he said no, and then he said, I'll meet you tomorrow. And I said, you have work tomorrow? That doesn't make any sense. He worked a 24-hour overnight shift. So
Is there something about gas money as well?
yeah, he said that he couldn't drive from Stowe, Massachusetts to North Andover because he had no gas in his truck. And I just was trying to get him to meet me. I'm like, we need to figure this out. I go to work in a couple hours. Like, we need to figure this out. He called me while I was driving to work and said, I'm on my way to North Andover.
Let me stop you right there.
Okay.
Let me just rewind you a little bit.
All right.
So there's some texting about this, right?
Yes.
And the texting that you have and that's been kind of passed around in the case, it doesn't end up with, okay, I'll come and meet you at the North Andover Common, right?
No.
So was that arrangement made outside of those texts?
Yes. Like, looking back now, I think it was strategic, but
All right, well, just, I don't want to
that's just my opinion.
Yeah, I don't want to ask for your opinion
Okay,
on it. I
sorry.
just want to, factually, I'd like to ask you, were there a couple calls back and forth that kind of
Yes.
set that up once and for all?
Yes, he called me on my way to work. I decided I'm going to bring my son with me, which wasn't a big deal, but when I was on my way, he called
Well,
me.
hold on a second, just to be, yeah,
I just need to confer with court staff. Mr. Ray, can you turn the? Thank you.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys.
Again, pull yourself up to that mic.
Yep.
Thank you. Make yourself comfortable.
may I proceed?
Yes.
Thank you. So, Ms. Fitzsimmons, the last discussion we were having was that you were arranging to meet Mr. Elaine at the North Andover Common, is that right?
Yes.
And did he call you about it when you were on your way to CPR training?
He called me. I think I was putting Caden in his car seat. I missed it. And when I got on the road, I called him back.
And what was the conversation about meeting up?
It was quick. It was, Kelsey, I'm on my way to North Andover right now. My mom just gave me gas money. I'll meet you.
Can you guys hear that better?
I said, okay, I love you, bye. And the phone call had already hung up.
Okay. And after that, you went to work
I went to work
with Caden.
with Caden.
And what was the schedule? What was on the schedule for today, for that day at work?
It was
Make sure to
1 hour
speak up in
CPR.
chat
It was
because I
about
can't hear
2
you
p.m.
So it was,
because
1 to 2?
of the loud
Did you get there on
sound
time?
coming from the
I think I got
courtroom.
there a couple minutes early.
What was the layout when you got there? Who was there? Where'd you go? What was the general kind of mood of you going there?
So I knew it was going to be held in the community room. I was told prior that's where it was going to be held. So right when you walk through the officer's entrance of the police department, the community room is the first door on your right. So I just entered right through there.
And you had your baby?
I did.
And it's fair to say this isn't a visit to the police department where you're in full uniform or anything, right?
No, I was in a t-shirt.
And that's because you're going to be training, working on, those rubber dummies that
Yeah.
you train for CPR with, right?
Yes.
Okay. Who met you when you got to the police department? Who was there?
Detective Gordon was conducting the training.
I'm sorry, did you say Gordon?
Gordon, yeah, Gordon.
And you saw him?
Yes, he was conducting the CPR training.
Did you see any other friend and colleague officers around that time period?
I saw Lieutenant Domenico as well.
And did you have a chat with him?
We didn't really talk because I was in the middle of the training. It was just we waved to each other when he was walking out of the door.
What happened with Caden while you were doing the training?
I asked Detective Gordon if he wanted to hold him because I figured he hasn't held a baby in a long time. So it's kind of funny seeing guys that haven't held a baby in a long time and they're like, but
Did he hold the
he
baby?
did, yeah.
And is he someone that you trust to hold your baby?
Absolutely, yes.
Do you let just anybody hold your baby?
No, Detective Gordon was my drill instructor for my 6-month police academy. So I knew him more because of that. I saw him every day for 6 months.
Trust him.
Yeah,
And how did the training go?
it went fine, normal, passed.
How did that? How long did it take?
It takes about an hour.
What time did you finish?
I think it was around 2 p.m.
Who else did you see while you were at the station?
Just a minute ago, I had texted. I was supposed to pick up my radio from an administration office upstairs, and I had texted the person that was giving me the radio and said, "I'm just going to grab it tomorrow." So I was like more focused on go to the park.
She is extremely likable, very much so.
Like I can just drive to the station tomorrow and grab my radio.
Were you quote unquote on the schedule?
Yes.
Start soon?
Yes.
And what was the schedule when you were going to start?
I was going on to the day shift, which is
like she gives off good vibes. Oh, excuse me. She gives off good vibes, so it's a good thing that it's a bench trial and it's a judge that gives off good vibes. So he's probably receptive to her good vibes, can read them pretty well, and that's helpful.
is 8 to 4 p.m. and I was supposed to start on July 4th.
You left the police station at about what time?
Detective Gordon walked me to my car. I probably pulled out around 2:05.
Thank you.
I drove down Osgood Street to the Common.
Who's this guy, Hunter Hassan?
That was one of Justin and I's mutual friends that lives in the town of North Andover.
Did you go by his house?
Yeah, so the only logical way to get to the Common from the police station is to take Osgood Street, which is what I did, and he lives on that street, so I had to drive by his house when I was on my way to the Common.
Did you see anything at his house that surprised you?
Yes.
What did you see?
When I drove by, I saw Justin's truck, and at first I thought nothing of it. I thought maybe he got into town before I got out of training and stopped in, like that would be normal. But then I started noticing other cars I recognized there as well. And
whose cars were those?
I saw my maid of honor's car, Katrina Caruso. I also saw people standing outside near his pool. I know I saw his sister, Courtney, Justin's sister, and I know I saw Michelle Mitchell, which was another one of my bridesmaids. So I was like, what is going on?
What is going on
this
there?
This meeting was not something that you knew about?
No, I was supposed to be meeting Justin, and Justin was at our mutual friend's house with people, and I just was so thrown off. I was confused.
What?
Did you actually see Justin as part of those people you saw around his pool?
I drove by, I saw a group of people. I recognized the trucks and the people I did definitively see, yes.
What kind of fucking mean girl shit is going on there, dude? That's a fucking nightmare. That's a fucking nightmare. Like, thank God she has family. You know what I'm saying? Family that she's tight with, because that's a fucking nightmare. These are the people that you're closest to besides your family, like, and they're just like, dude, what is going on? What a nightmare that is.
I know Justin was there.
From the truck?
Yeah, from his truck.
Okay. So in terms of your confusion, are you wondering if he's there or if he got a ride to the Common or something like that? What did you just stop there and say, hey, what are you doing?
Well, because I was just driving by. And
now, y'all are going to hate me. Y'all are going to hate me again. What if she's a nightmare? You know what I'm saying? I don't know her. I don't know her. When it comes to this case, I absolutely believe her. And I have no reason not to believe her. And I do believe her. What I'm saying, though, is there is a possibility. There is a possibility. None of y'all were there. None of y'all know her. So I'm sitting here going, God, what a nightmare that is. What, like, all these people are like meeting up because they're like, this is a terrible thing. Now, what it sounds like to me, now, if I had to judge the situation based on the information made available to me, what I'm speculating, this is my personal opinion, what I'm speculating is that Justin manipulated all of them. This is a classic abusive dude move, right? A classic abusive woman move, where they contact all of these different people in their life to try to turn everybody against them behind the scenes. A lot of back behind the scenes manipulation going on individually with different people. That's the kind of guy Justin comes off as to me. But I don't know this for a fact. When I evaluate these cases, I take all of this stuff into consideration. So get mad at me all you want. But I am always keeping these possibilities there. But I'm just saying that's not my current opinion. I'm just saying I'm not dismissing it as a possibility because that would be ignorant.
And I was like, well, that was weird. So I tried calling Justin, and then that's when it just like communication stopped. No more, he was not answering my texts. He was not answering any more phone calls. I even went as far to text his friend Hunter and say, what is going on right now? And am I allowed to say what Hunter said back to me?
So did he respond to you?
He did, yes.
Did it affect your state of mind about what was going on?
No, it confused me even more because he said, oh, everyone's just meeting up for people who forgot things at the house from the bachelorette party that happened couple of days prior. He said everyone was meeting there to pick up things that they forgot. And I was like, meeting in North Andover. And I was trying to make sense of it. And I was like,
did that add to your confusion?
yeah, because I was like, this person lives.
Sorry. You already have a question?
I just, so who said this and how? I didn't catch.
So I had texted when Justin had stopped answering me.
Yeah.
I texted his friend whose house he was at, and I knew he was there because I had to drive by from.
This is Hunter.
This is
Okay,
Hunter.
all right,
Yes.
Now I get it.
Okay. Yes. So I texted Hunter, and he told me everybody was meeting there to get things that they left at the bachelorette party, and so that's in my mind that made me even more confused and didn't make sense because everybody lives here, there. Why meet in North Andover?
Let me stop you right there. So as a result of that kind of adding to your mindset, sounds like adding to your confusion, right?
Confusion, yes.
Did you stick to the plan to go meet him at the Common, or did you divert somewhere else?
No, I went to the Common.
And you got there what time?
I was probably like 2:10.
And did you wait there with Caden?
I did.
And approximately how long did you wait, if you can remember?
It was at least an hour. It could have been more.
Did he ever show up?
He never showed up.
What time did you make a decision to get out of there at some point?
Yeah, well, I was receiving other phone calls, which were adding to my confusion.
Not what was said, but from whom?
They were from Michelle.
Okay. And she was the woman who testified here yesterday, right?
Yes.
And she indicated that she was trying to meet up with you, and you were
To get coffee.
And you were trying to focus on
I said,
meting with Justin.
Trying to meet Justin. Like I love.
Right side, she can and will
meet
change.
my
He
husband.
won't.
To Michelle, you said that.
Yes.
Okay. Did you
Remember for 5 months? Thank
go
you.
home after that?
Yes.
What time did you go home?
It was at least an hour after 2 p.m. So sometime around maybe 3:30, because I know I was waiting a while at the park. Caden's bottle had run out of milk, so for formula, I had to go home.
Now, as you sat here for the last couple of days, you've heard a lot of business about where you parked your car. Do you remember that? So you didn't park in your driveway, right?
No.
And you're adjacent to a school at 125 Phillips Brooks Road, right?
My neighbor to my right is
And
school.
I should say for the record, your home is 125 Phillips Brooks
That's my
Road,
home.
single-family house in North Andover, right next to what school?
The Atkinson Elementary School.
And there's a big parking lot next to your fence line?
Yes.
And when you came back from the Common, you parked in there.
Yes.
Why did you park in there?
Because I didn't know what was going on. I knew
Yeah,
something was
no.
going on. I first have my fiance.
The entire execution of the restraining order made it to where any shooting can't be justifiable. It just can't be. Like there's everything was wrong from the beginning on that. So that in and of itself makes it wrong that she got shot.
Just not showing up to meet me and not talking to me anymore. And then somebody that doesn't know I saw them trying to call me, and they're trying to meet up with me. I'm trying to meet up with Justin. And a bunch of other people were there. That didn't make sense. And I thought they were going to come to my house or something. So I didn't want anyone to know I was home. So I just parked at the school.
Okay. Did this have anything to do with the North Andover Police Department?
Had nothing to do with the North Andover Police Department.
So you parked at the school, and as a young new mom, you probably had a lot of stuff you had to carry.
I had his diaper bag, I had him in his little carrier, and I think I had my phone in my hand and my house keys.
And you walked around and you went to your door?
Yeah, it was genuinely a 60-second walk to my car to my house.
Sure.
From my car to my house.
And you went into that porch door that we've seen on the video here.
Yeah, my
right?
front door, it leads to a porch.
And then you got up on the porch and you make a left into another door into the house, right?
Yep.
Okay. What happened when you first got home? What did you do?
I made Caden a bottle. I called my mom. I asked my mom if she would come over because it was, what do I do? Like, what's going on?
So you wanted some support from mom?
Yeah, so like advice. My mom's my best friend. I knew she'd come over and maybe like have a different.
Figure this out.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'll withdraw that, Judge. I'm just trying to move on. What was your...
Mr. Brady, I assume the objection is for leading?
Repeatedly, yes.
Okay. All right, yeah, if you could just stay away from leading, thank you.
What was your state of mind about having mom come over?
I was sad. I was really confused, and I wanted her advice.
How far away does your mother live?
She lives in Methuen, so it was her house is about 17 minutes away, but I think she was on her way home from work.
Mo, not if you're Kelsey Wick, as Noonan basically described her to be.
At the time, and she has to drive right by my house, or my old house.
How was Caden at the common and getting home? How was he behaving in terms of fussiness, or was he okay, or sleeping, or quiet, or what?
I ran out of his bottle while at the common. I thought I'd brought enough. I think if our plans played out, I would have had enough for taking a walk in the common. But because I was waiting for so long, I ran out of his bottle and he started crying. I drove right home.
And then at home, you made another bottle and started to give him the bottle?
Yes, beat him.
Okay. What time did your mother get there?
Like maybe 5 to 10 minutes after I got home.
And you sat.
Know about all that,
did you visit
Connor?
with your mom for a while?
I don't know about all that, bro.
Yeah, we sat on my couch while I fed.
Bridget Pike, thank you. Jealous
she
girls
did
and a
some,
manipulating
my house was messy,
fiance.
so she was just trying to pick up around the house.
Thank you.
A little bit for me. We were talking.
Okay. And did she leave at some point?
She did.
When was that?
Probably had her over for about an hour. So maybe like 5 o'clock she left.
Okay. Was her car in the driveway?
Hers was, yes.
And obviously she got in the car and left in her car.
Yeah, I told her that I was going to be packing and probably going camping with my son, which is normal for me. My family owns land. We call it our happy place. I've been going there since I was a baby. So I was going to go there to clear my mind since Justin wasn't going to meet up with me. I just figured I don't have work till the 4th. So that's what I'm going to do.
The idea of sitting around.
I just didn't.
No, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
sorry.
I was just saying.
Oh.
So next question.
Why did you want to go up to the land?
To clear my mind. I've brought Kate in there 2 times before, and like for a 4-month-old baby, he crushed it up there. He loved it. So I just thought, I texted Justin, I'm going to my land. He knows what that is. He proposed to me there. He knows I call it my happy place, and I told him I'll send you pictures when I get service, and I love you because there's not good service up there. And that was the last thing I ever said to Justin.
When your mom pulled out of the driveway, did you get a visit from the North Andover police?
I heard someone knocking on my front door when I walked up to the porch.
How long after your mom
Right?
left did the police knock on your door?
I know now.
Dude, someone does owe her a new air conditioner. Who's gonna pay for her fucking air conditioner, bro? That's what I want to know. Mike Cryford. Dude, there's a new Poison the Well album. It's actually fucking pretty good. I say that like I'm surprised that it's good. No, I'm not surprised that it's good, but it's different. It's really good. I like it a lot.
Now approximately 3 minutes.
And what were you able to do to figure it out pretty well?
My home has a lot of surveillance. My dad owns a security company, so my home had a lot of surveillance outside. So I was just curious, like, how long was it after my mom left that the police came? And I believe it was about 3 minutes approximately.
Can you use the video system to refresh yourself on lap time intervals and such?
Yeah, yes.
And while we're on that topic, are there timestamps on the clips from your house?
Yes.
And do you have any knowledge of the accuracy of those timestamps?
At some point, one of the daylight savings happened, so my cameras were 1 hour off.
And how off? Like which way off were they?
Like if it said it was 5 o'clock, it was actually 4 o'clock.
Okay, so it's an hour ahead.
Okay.
So,
Hour ahead.
All right. So in terms of any clips that come from your house, does the timestamp show hour ahead?
Yes.
Okay.
So are you referring to what's in evidence?
Yes.
Okay. All of those video clips?
Yes, Your Honor. So just want to make sure, did we say that right, that the clips are an hour ahead, or is the actual clip an hour behind?
I have to think about this. I'm sorry.
It's okay. We can come back to it later. I do that all the time. That's okay. How long after your mother left did you hear a knock on the door?
Like 3 to 5 minutes.
Where were you when you heard the knock?
I was sitting on the couch feeding Kaden.
What did you do when you heard the knock?
I put the bottle on the coffee table. I got up with Kaden in my arms and I opened up the door.
You walked out on the porch and
I walked on the porch. So there's like 2 doors. My front door leads to a porched-in area. Walked out onto the porch and opened up the front door for 3 police officers.
And who were they?
It was Lieutenant Daly, Officer Noonan, and Officer Houston.
And Lieutenant, let's just go through each of them real quick for a second.
Okay.
Lieutenant Daly, you talked about in terms of training and hiring and all that, right?
Yes.
And what about Officer Noonan? What was your relationship at the time with Officer Noonan?
He had transferred after I had already started. We were on the same shift for a brief time. On one of our shifts, there was a really horrible call.
So we'll get to that, but just generally in terms of your relationship.
That's just like how our relationship kind of even started. That's why I brought it up. That's how we became like texting each other and kind of more than just like, you're just my coworker and I've never talked to you, to we've had conversations and talked about personal things.
Did you think well of him?
Yes,
And to your knowledge, did he think well of you?
I think so.
So now you mentioned a particular call.
Yes.
And just so we don't have to dwell all over it, it's a call that involves a murder, suicide, and the murder victim is a young baby, right?
Yes.
And when was that call?
It was in August of 2024.
Was that response just you and him?
I believe I was the first officer in with Officer Cuevas. And
How do you shake
when
something like
Officer
that?
Noonan came, it was like pretty much when something like that comes over the radio, everybody starts heading there. But the call was in my sector, so the sector I was assigned to that night. So I was the closest with Officer Cuevas, so we walked in together.
And just to encapsulate it, the call involved administering first aid and was a difficult call.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the source of when you sort of broke the ice with Officer Noonan?
Yeah, we stood outside of the scene for a long time, all of us, everybody who was on that call, and we talked, and then the chief had asked us to, we were like out of commission for the night.
For sure.
Officers came in and filled in for us, and we had like a meeting debrief in the chief's office. He had pizza delivered.
Okay. And just in general, fast forwarding all the way to June 30th of 25, did you ever have any problems or issues with Officer Noonan?
No,
Did he ever, to your knowledge, did he ever have any problems or issues with you?
no.
So there's Noonan. And then who's the third officer there?
Officer Houston.
And we saw him testify here as well today, yesterday, right?
Yes.
And what was your relationship with Officer Noonan?
Noonan or Houston?
I'm sorry, Houston, thank you.
I was closer with Houston, probably out of the three of the people that were at my house that day. Houston and I were friends. He came to my engagement party. He was invited to my wedding. We have the same type of dog. I think they've met before. The dogs, I mean. Yeah.
He was a work
He
friend
was a work
outside
friend.
of work.
Yeah.
So these three come to the door. What are the circumstances of how they come in the house? Did you let them in, or how did that happen?
I opened the door and Lieutenant Daly immediately put his foot on my front porch, and we didn't just come in, and I was like, okay, all right. When I opened the door, Lieutenant Daly put his foot into my porch, and they just said, we need to come in, and I said, okay.
And then did you turn around and you and Kaden walked back in the house and they followed you?
Yes.
So what happened when the four of you, five of you, got into the living room area?
Lieutenant Daly asked me to put Kaden down in his car seat. They referred to it as like a rocker does rock, but it was his car seat. And I was in the middle of feeding him, so when I put him down, he was obviously crying, and I was like, whatever this is, I'm gonna hold my son, because they had a folder. I knew they were gonna give me something.
At that moment?
Yeah.
Did you have any idea what was going on?
No, obviously I knew something was going on. The police are in my house, my coworkers, but when they told me to put Kaden down, I was like a little hesitant because I'm in the middle of feeding him, and then I listened. I put him down.
Fucking wild. Like, how are you gonna I mean, the last thing a mother's gonna think is that they're here. It's gonna be their biggest fear, but it's gonna be the last thing that they think is happening is that they're coming to take her baby away. You know what I mean? Like, instinctively, it's gonna be her biggest fear. You know? But it's gonna be the last thing that she's gonna actually expect to happen.
And he started crying, and I was like, no, I'm gonna hold my son, whatever this is. Like, I'm gonna feed my baby and read it. So I picked Kaden back up, and I had him on my lap while I opened the envelope, and that's when Lieutenant Daly said, Justin filed a restraining order against you.
Okay, so you're trying to read it, and he's talking to you, and the baby's crying?
Nope, baby isn't crying anymore. I picked him up, and I'm feeding him.
Okay, so why is he here?
What did Daly say to you about the situation?
I asked a lot of questions, like why? I was supposed to meet him at the park like a couple hours ago. I'm confused. He said he didn't know anything, and I said, do you have the affidavit so I can read what I'm being accused of? And they didn't, and they said they didn't know the details. And he said that Kaden was on it as well, and...
Did that affect your state of mind? How so?
I knew in that moment I was going to have to hand my 4-month-old to a police officer to be brought out of my house.
How did that make you feel?
I don't know if there's a word. Sad.
Were you able to
terrified
to kind of comprehend it, or did something else immediately?
I mean, Mortified,
I
terrified.
comprehended it. I was asked to pack a bag for Caden for about 2 weeks.
Who asked you that?
Lieutenant Daly said that the court order, the court date was in 14 days, so he said pack enough for 2 weeks. And
He said that to you?
yes,
So you didn't take it upon yourself to want to do that?
no, they told me that I needed to pack a bag for Caden because he was going to go be with Justin for at least the 2 weeks till the next court date.
Who was there when that was when that came up?
That was when the three of them we were all in my living room.
Did Houston or Noonan say anything at this point?
No, I knew if I put Caden back in his car seat, he was going to cry. He loves being held.
So the plan at that point was to go get some stuff?
Yes,
So you had to put Caden somewhere.
yes.
And what did you do?
I handed Caden to Officer Noonan.
Why'd you give him an officer Noonan?
I could say I trusted all of them, but I knew Officer Noonan I know Officer Houston has no kids, and I knew Daly seemed like preoccupied, and I knew Noonan had kids, so I guess that's probably what went through my mind, but it really wasn't that much of a thought. I just knew I had to have someone hold him, because I didn't want him screaming in his car seat on the ground.
Was he someone that you trusted to do that?
Yes.
What happened when you handed your baby to Officer Noonan?
He took Caden from my arms.
And what about the bottle? What happened with the bottle?
He took the bottle as well.
And, what did he do with respect to the bottle and Caden?
He was trying to feed him.
Did Officer Noonan exhibit any resistance or discomfort or anything with respect to holding the baby?
No, I think he said like, oh, I haven't done this in a while, like something like that.
What was your intention at that point to do?
I had to pack his bags.
And are you, as you're starting to go figure that out in terms of luggage, what do you need, where's he going, etc., are you having kind of an unfolding thought process, if you will?
Meeting? Yeah, sustain.
I'm just asking her what she's thinking, Your Honor. What are you thinking?
So I grabbed one of my duffel bags, and I first went in the kitchen, and as I was putting the bottles in the bag, it was just kind of like all setting in exactly what was happening, and there was just so many unknowns. And as I was packing things, I was like, okay, Justin just broke up with me via restraining order. We have a wedding in 4 months. Caden is not going to be with me for 2 weeks. That's an eternity for a mom, any mom. And then everyone was just brushing over the fact that it was 2 weeks. And I was like, 2 weeks without Caden? Like, and I just kept,
look how long it's
my mind
been.
was just going fast. Like, I can't work overtime because I have a son now. I can't afford my home by myself without overtime. It was just, I lost everything. Even my doggy was on the restraining order. Maverick, my dog Maverick, was on the restraining order. So
Jesus.
Was it your dog or
The dog?
He was my dog.
The dog?
Saw my baby go, my fiance, my dog, my house, and I knew that was going to be my job too.
Fuck your
Because whatever I was
fiance.
accused of wasn't good.
What a
It's
shitbag.
a restraining order.
And you didn't have the affidavit?
No.
Where did you go after you went to the kitchen with the duffel bag and the bottles?
I went all around the house because his diapers were in one room on shelves. His bottles and formula were in the kitchen. His toys were in the living room, and his books and stuff were upstairs with his clothes.
Tell us what you did on the first floor before you got upstairs. What was the packing there?
On the first floor was bottles and formula, and he was just getting introduced to like purees, and I had just ordered purees from Target, so I packed all those too. Then I went into I went into, it was like our exercise room. It had shelving on the wall, and there was just like a ton of boxes of diapers. I just put those aside and was like, 2 weeks, a lot of diapers, so take the boxes. And then I went upstairs.
All right, before you got upstairs.
I bet that worthless sack of shit fucking laughed when he got the dog put on the restraining order. Like, I see that fucking douchebag laughing about it. Like, this is all pointing to just this being a fuck you to her for whatever reason. Like, for whatever reason.
Part of the order was that you had to give up your firearms, right?
Yes.
Did you say anything to the officers about the location of your firearms?
Yes, I did.
What did you say?
I told them that they were in the basement.
Was that true?
No,
Why did you tell them?
because I didn't want them to take them away.
Why not?
Because I wanted to be alone with my firearm and take my life.
When did you make that decision?
I made that decision as I realized I had just lost everything in a 15-second conversation with my coworker.
Where were your firearms?
They were upstairs in a green safe
In your bedroom?
in my bedroom.
Thank you. So you went upstairs, you mentioned?
Yes.
Now, Bradel did an excellent job of setting up because he made her seem very credible. And it seems as though this is it's kind of a Trojan horse kind of strategy here that Bradel's got going on. He may not have even done this on purpose, but there is a Trojan horse effect here where he's talking, he asks her all these questions where she basically gives all of her credibility as far as being a student, being top of her class in the honor society and all of this stuff, and having all this experience and going for corrections and then going for law school, but saying that she wanted to, be a cop, and, doing this all through COVID and all of this stuff. Like the Trojan horse effect is interesting because what it does is not only does it show her credibility, which is the intention, or at least the horse itself, but what's inside that Trojan horse is also, it shows how hard she worked and how quickly everything that she worked that hard for at the beginning of her testimony was taken away so easily, so quickly, just like it was nothing in a matter of seconds, in a 15-second conversation, as she put it. That all of that hard work that she testified to at the beginning of this was taken away from her like it was nothing in a matter of seconds. Amazing.
What was your state of mind at that point, whether or not Justin was coming over or not?
I didn't think Justin was coming over. I knew that Caden was going to Justin, but I would never think Justin was coming over.
Why not?
That's just not like normal practice to put a plaintiff and defendant in the same room intentionally. Usually you're doing the opposite as police officers. So
right.
I didn't think Justin was in the house.
And the opposite being what? What's the opposite of what they did here?
They let Justin in my house.
So what's the normal procedure?
Normal procedure is to separate people.
Right. That's a restraining order. You restrain them from each other.
Sort of arguments, you separate.
Thank you, Aaron.
Now,
Go, brah.
these restraining orders you mentioned, right?
Yes.
Is there a provision in those orders for accessing?
I agree with
property?
you, Aaron. Go, brah. I agree with you.
I don't know about specific provisions. I can tell you like what I've done before on a call where there was a restraining order involved. I don't know if it's a provision or not, though.
Okay, we'll move on from there.
Okay.
So we're going to go upstairs.
Yes.
Bridget Pike, thank you so much. The Glare, you were always fantastic on Mazda Media with Mr. Bettero and everyone else. You bring lots of laughter, great points on Kelsey's trial. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
And you had made that awful decision already?
Yes.
What was your state of mind about whether or not you wanted to involve any police officers in that?
I didn't want to involve anybody. I was trying to get everybody away from me.
Why didn't you want to involve any police officers? These police officers in particular?
I wanted to be alone so I could kill myself. I decided that I was going to take my own life. I didn't want to involve anybody else in that. I'll just...
Okay. Did you go upstairs back and forth a couple times, or did you just go up there once?
I think I went up at least twice. The second time I went up, I was up there for a while.
Do you remember who accompanied you on each of these trips?
It was Officer Houston and Officer Noonan.
Was that the first time or the second time?
That was the second time.
And was there a visit upstairs before that? Houston and Noonan visit?
Yeah, I was trying to hand them things so they would go away.
Where did that happen?
that happened upstairs. So I was first in the room. You walk up, there's a landing. The room on the left is Keaton's room. I went in there first and I put books in a car seat because Justin's truck didn't have the car seat. And I handed it, I don't even know who I handed it to, one of them. And I said, can you bring this downstairs?
What was the, what happened after you said that?
Somebody brought it downstairs and then they came back up.
So you struck out in terms of what you're testing?
Like, there's, and maybe this is me giving Justin the benefit of the doubt, right? But what is driving this person to out of nowhere decide that he wants to take this woman's entire life away from her? You know what I'm saying? What is happening? What I want to know is what is in Justin's mind that is justifying his actions? His mother? That's, you guys are saying his mother? That he's Norman Bates, basically? See, you know, people say things like narcissism. Stop it. Okay? Like, no. That's not the question here. Like, the question here is, what is his justification in his mind? That is what I want to know. Now, we'll never know. I want to hear it from him. Like, I'm dying to know. I'm dying to see this person put out something publicly because the world fucking hates his guts. You know what I'm saying? What is in this guy's brain that is justifying the actions that he has taken, which is to take this woman's the mother of his child, to take everything that is dear to her away? What is the desire? What is driving this desire to do this? Or, right, maybe he's just a fucking crackhead. Maybe it's just that he's on that crackhead shit, like I said he was, and he's fucking just totally just, I don't give a shit, and I don't give a shit about her, and I'm just going to take everything she's got. So I could just live off my little crack habit forever. But why does he want a baby? Why does he want the baby? So he could take her for child support? So he wants to use the baby to get money out of her. That also makes sense.
Too earlier.
Yeah, I just kept trying to hand them things to make them go away.
Meaning, what do you mean make them go away? Be more specific if you can.
Like,
What was the plan?
I knew if I pulled out my firearm in front of a police officer, I would get shot. That was not my intention, and that's not what I did. I was trying to get them away from me, so that didn't happen. So they weren't put in that position, because I'm not dumb. I was a police officer. If someone takes out a gun in front of you, yes, that's a threat. Yes, that's somebody that you probably feel threatened from.
So,
ooh.
But if you want to kill yourself, why not just let it happen that way?
That's selfish. I would never do that. Even looking back now, like reflecting for 9 months, I think my decision to do it to myself was selfish to everybody who loves me. So I'll just leave it at that. I wanted to kill myself, me and my gun, no one else involved.
How many different times did you try to have the officers transport some stuff downstairs?
Several.
At some point, did Officer Houston leave the second floor?
Yes.
And that left who up there?
Officer Noonan.
So upstairs it was Officer Noonan and yourself?
Yes.
At some point, did you go across that landing to the other room?
Yes.
Tell us about that.
I was on the floor packing more clothes in the duffel bag.
In which room?
My bedroom.
Okay,
when you
hold
walk
on.
up the stairs to the right.
Okay, so you finish up in the other room and you go to your room?
Yes.
All right. Tell us the circumstances of Where do you go? Where does Noonan go when you go into your bedroom?
So nobody came into my bedroom with me. I was asked, I can't even say who exactly, like I don't know if Officer Houston had come back up at the time, but somebody asked me, who is that downstairs? And I said, I have no idea. And
Let me ask you a little bit about that. What was your state of mind about you being asked that? What were you thinking about?
I was like, I don't know.
Did you hear anybody come in?
No, but they did. Because they were on the landing, they would be able to. I was like more into my bedroom than them. So I was like, I have no idea who's here. Shouldn't you guys know?
What happened next?
Officer Houston walked down the stairs first. Officer Noonan followed him down several steps.
Did that give you a chance to do anything?
That was, I knew, my only chance to be alone with my firearm.
I'll show you Exhibit 51. What's shown in Exhibit 51?
That's my bedroom. That's the room on the top of the landing to the right.
Where's the photographer standing in this picture?
He's standing in the doorway.
When you went to go get that firearm, was there anyone in your view in that landing?
No.
Was this after you saw Noonan depart?
Yes, his back was turned towards me. He was following Officer Houston down the stairs.
Did he stay that way, or did he disappear from that scene?
Well, he must have turned around at some point and walked back up the stairs because...
You know how when you're near somebody that's going up and downstairs, you can hear going up and downstairs. Did you hear any particular number of steps?
I'm certain I heard him and saw him walk down several steps.
Okay. And how did that affect your state of mind at that very instant?
I knew that was my moment.
To do what?
Kill myself.
What did you do?
So that shoebox was not on top of the green safe.
At the time you were doing this?
At the time, yeah. There was nothing on top of the safe.
All right. And you're referring, for the record, there's an orange lined box in the picture?
Yeah, it looks like...
Is that what you're talking about?
It looks like a shoebox, yeah. Yes.
Mr. Griffin, can you just give me a moment to catch up?
Sure, absolutely.
I'm sorry, did you say that that box was not on the, what did you say about that box?
That box
Thank
was
you, Ashley.
not there. The top of that chest, I'm calling it a safe. It's a chest that locks. That's where I
That's
keep
interesting.
my firearms. The top of it, nothing was on it. So what?
Okay, so she's claiming that the scene was tampered with, basically. She's saying that that wasn't there. That box was not on top of that safe.
Whatever was.
Thank you.
Ready to go, Joe?
Yes.
What about the chair? Is that how the chair was?
The chair was turned the other way because that was the chair I would rock Aiden in. It was not facing that way. The back of the chair was up against the wall, I guess.
So kind of like as you'd expect it to be in the room. Facing
Yeah, I would need to pivot like this to be right. So it was probably moved. My room is small.
Okay. And to get at your guns in there, you kind of have to flip up the top of that chest?
Yes.
That's a good
Where
point.
Where was your focus in terms of?
That's a good point. EMTs move things too. That happens. Doesn't necessarily mean that something was amiss as far as things being tampered with. So, correction on my part, because she's not even saying that. She's just saying that's not where the box was.
The firearm, the chest, whether Noonan's coming back, where are you focused?
I was just like, hurry up before somebody comes back.
And what did you do?
I grabbed the gun out of the chest. I put it up to my chest here.
So what was going on with you putting it up to your chest? What was that all about? What do you mean when you said you put it up to your,
Like I
you
just
made a motion to your stomach area, right?
Yeah, like I just grabbed it quickly. I bent over, grabbed it, put it here, took 2 steps backwards, and I don't want to make the motion of what I did because it's horrible. But I put the gun up to my head.
Which hand? Did you use?
My right hand.
And where on your head did you put it? Just describe it.
My temple.
Okay. Was Noonan in the door frame by now?
Not yet. He had just walked in, like when I pulled the trigger on myself, with the gun pointing towards my head.
What happened when you pulled the trigger?
Oh, okay. You guys gotta relax, bro. Like there's no way. Listen, Sue, I love you, but there's no way that you're gonna know what an EMT is gonna do in that situation. You don't know what they're gonna do. They could absolutely have moved the shoebox and been like, "Oh, well, I'll just put it right here." Now, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have no idea where an EMT is going to move an object to where they feel comfortable to do their work. So it's, yeah, I know I don't know. That's my point. I know I don't know either. That's exactly my point. Nobody knows. So to say, oh, well, EMTs don't do that. You don't know what an EMT is going to do. It's a human being who's in a situation trying to save somebody's life. And that's it. You know, can't say what they're going to do and what they're not going to do when it comes to that. Right. They're going to move anything to clear the path. Right. And they probably won't even remember doing it. You know what I mean?
He said, Kelsey, no. Kelsey, no. I pulled the trigger. I'm sorry, but I said fuck.
What happened next?
I got shot.
How long after you said that did you get shot?
I don't even think I got to the K in the word before I was shot.
What did that feel like?
Hold on.
Shot. Fuck. My head. Like when I pulled the trigger on myself with the gun pointing towards my head.
What happened when you pulled the trigger?
He said, Kelsey, no. Kelsey, no. I pulled the trigger. I'm sorry, but I said fuck.
What happened next?
I got shot.
How long after you said that did you get shot?
I don't even think I got to the K in the word before I was shot.
Yeah.
What did that feel like?
What part?
Good.
Getting shot in the chest.
Hurt.
Did the force of that bullet?
No, she's not crazy at all.
It knocked me backwards.
Thank you, Amy McCabe. So that's consistent with my original theory. It's totally consistent with my original theory that he was trying to save her life. He was trying to stop her from shooting herself. He thought he could get her shoulder. His aim sucks. He knows that's not protocol, so he's going to cover his ass and lie about it and say that she tried to shoot him so that he can keep his job. Because he probably talked to somebody about it, and they were probably like, yo, you don't fucking shoot somebody, dude. Like, you never shoot somebody who's trying to kill themselves. You never do. You can't shoot somebody when they're trying to kill themselves. So you better fucking tell. The only way you're going to keep your job, keep your career, is if you say that she tried to kill you. That's it. That's totally what happened here. Bama bitch, thank you so much. Nurse here, we clear a place to render aid. Facts. Right. Of course. Why wouldn't you? Yeah. He thought he could clip her in the shoulder. He missed the first time. He overshot it, and then he tried to make up for it with the second shot, and he got her in the chest. That's what fucking happened.
Do you recall what happened with your firearm?
I got moved. It was.
Well, I'm sorry,
okay.
I have a better question. I'll ask you a better question.
Okay.
Right at that point, as you're shot and you're flying back or falling back or whatever you want to call it, can you remember what happened with your firearm?
It fell out of my hands. It was to my head, and it fell out of my hand. And I fell on the ground, and the firearm fell on the ground.
A couple of questions before we move on. At any point when you were doing that, when you had the firearm up to your head, was Noonan present during the time you raised
He also had
Like
to
when
look
I motioned up to my
or and
head
remove
with it,
all her
no,
firearms.
he was not in the room. Nobody was in the room.
When
Thank
Noonan
you.
came into your view, where was the gun pointed?
The gun was pointed at my temple.
At any point, did you move the muzzle of that gun
No.
towards Noonan?
No, never.
Did you move it anywhere?
No, never,
Did you ever intend to harm Noonan?
never.
Okay. I'm gonna have to stop that there. But we'll get we'll close out with a day 3 recap from Fervent.
Day 3 of the Kelsey Fitzsimmons trial. The Commonwealth calls David Strong. take a look at his head and guess who he works for. Another pretty quick witness, Bradel reaffirms that there was no drug testing of Noonan following the incident. He also reminds everyone that the bedroom was the size of a broom closet, so how could Kelsey, as Newman would say, quote, get the drop on him? Then the Commonwealth rests. Their case in chief proved that Kelsey was, in fact, shot. The defense starts their case with Maureen Tarazi. By the way, I hit my hip on various forms of furniture every day, so never has a witness been more relatable. She is Noonan's neighbor. She recalls a conversation with Noonan. The conversation pretty much goes like this. Maureen says, man, it's pretty crazy what happened with that North Andover cop, right? Noonan's like, I'm the shooter. He then tells the tale that she had the gun pointed at him. Maureen ain't having it. She calls him on his BS, and then he responds by channeling his inner proctor, calling her...
She was a whack job.
We learned she first got involved with the case by contacting Mike Crawford of the Young
what
Jerks.
you're doing.
Gubertos then puts a Facebook post on the screen. This is reminiscent of...
Stop what you're doing and go give Fervent's video a like right now.
Hank Brennan impeaching Goff, telling his inner proctor, calling her...
She was a whack job.
We learned she first got involved with the case by contacting Mike Crawford of the Young Jerks. Gubertos then puts a Facebook post on the screen. This is reminiscent of Hank Brennan impeaching Dr. Wolf with a Facebook post from Dr. Wolf's wife.
Fervent, you know what would have been perfect is as soon as, like you said, Mike Crawford from the Young Jerks, you threw in a fart noise. That'd have been fantastic.
We get a Karen Reed mention.
Like, just imagine that shit. It would have been fucking perfect. Like, Mike Crawford from the Young Jerks.
Never good if you're the prosecution. Maureen says the judicial system in Massachusetts is going awry. Talk about an honest witness. We then wrap up with yet another Facebook post put on the screen. And it's basically the police department celebrating National Women's Day. And Maureen's comment was, wow, let's hope they stay safe from their colleagues. If I saw that on social media, I would be giving it a like. Next up is Kelsey's mom. She reiterates that Kelsey was sad that Justin didn't meet her at the Common. She also heard the words Kelsey no, before her daughter was shot. She says she saw Justin run by. And you know what that means. Play the clip. In the main event of the evening, Kelsey Fitzsimmons takes the stand. She recalls a text argument with the alien earlier that day. Justin vies for his
Fervent's petty as fuck. I could love
Father
it.
of the Year award as he responds pretty much.
Thank you, Yellow Bettero. Yellow Lead Bettero.
Alien's UFO parked at his friend Hunter's house along with several of Kelsey's friends, even though they were supposed to meet at the park. Justin stopped responding to her texts. We learned that even Kelsey's dog was included in the restraining order. She confirmed she lies to the police, telling them that the guns were in the basement and to get them to leave the room so she could have space to end her own life. She says that Noonan said Kelsey no before the shooting. She says she was telling hospital staff that she was an idiot for trying to end her own life with a gun with no bullets. Gubertos gets up for cross. He basically does a mini roast of the city of Lawrence, pretty much calling it a dump. He briefly gets into the police visiting Kelsey the week prior, but the line of questioning is dropped. He tries to make the point that Kelsey's anger was really aimed at Justin, basically alluding that Noonan was doing his job by standing between her and Justin, even though she didn't know he was in the house. Kelsey was cool, calm, and collected on the stand.
Right.
What a whack job. It appears we only have a charging conference and closings left, and we could get a verdict as soon as tomorrow. But like, but comment, but subscribe. See you guys tomorrow.
they got the tour, I think, tomorrow. And then I think he's gonna deliberate. I think that's it. I think the defense is gonna rest after the tour. But the defense is kind of technically rested already. They just got the tour thing. That's it. I don't think that they canceled. Oh, they canceled it. Okay, the tour's canceled. So we might have a decision tomorrow. Okay, we might have a verdict. Thank you, guys. You guys are amazing. This is why I love you, guys. I am about to head over to now. How do I don't know how to do that. How do you go direct people to another stream? Like, all I know how to do is share the link. So listen, closing arguments start at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Okay, I'm dropping the link. I'm going to Maz's. I'm leaving here, going to Maz's. I'm ending this. I'll meet you guys over at Maz's. Make sure to raid it over there in the chat. Let them know. Dropping the link in chat right now. Just head over there from here. 97.7 Felicia, thank you so much. I loved what Turtle Boy said about her mom seeing Alien running. It was the moment her mom realized her daughter was a lesbian. I didn't catch that. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Guys, You guys are absolutely fantastic. I love you guys. Squirrel-a-roo. Thank you for the super sticker. Appreciate you guys. You're amazing. Remember, it only takes a second to stay safe, and we will do this again very soon, my friends.
Watch out!
Today, being retarded means leading a full life. Retarded people go to work or school, just like their neighbors, and come back to a real home. A supervised home, right in the neighborhood, where they belong. Being retarded never stopped anyone from being a good neighbor.